this evening. PAHO to examine Guyana's relationship with alcohol. Plaza for displaced STABROEK WHARF vendors to open soon. Recording artist wants to share Guyana with the world. Also, we celebrate with Guyana's latest centenarian. In the region, Colombian president leads demonstration against rebel attack. And internationally, Metro DC schools seeking to employ furloughed government workers. Greetings to our viewers in Guyana and around the world. Today is Monday, January the 21st, 2019, and this edition of Headline News is now being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. And in this report, Esther Sobers tells us that the open-air shopping plaza for the recently displaced STABROEK WHARF vendors will soon be open for business. Here's more.
Displaced STABROEK Market WHARF vendors can expect to fully occupy their stalls by mid-February. This was revealed Sunday during a cleanup exercise around the Georgetown environs, with the newly elected mayor, Pandit Yubrajnarayan, town clerk acting Sharon Harry Monroe, along with other councillors who were present at the cleanup exercise. Monroe noted that while majority of the stalls are completed and are already occupied by a few vendors, the council will be addressing the concerns of water, lights, and other amenities for the vendors' stall.
Some of the facilities are already out there, so they're working on it. So that is why we're working so assiduously to ensure that whatever is not there, that we put in place.
Over 80 vendors signed a memorandum of understanding with the mayor and city council, which outlines the terms and conditions. The MOU states vendors had to finance the construction of their stalls, but according to the city engineer, Culvert Venture, that process has been slothful.
With the Russell Square, we are moving ahead with the constructions of the stalls that are there. However, we were expected to complete these works at the end of January, but based on the response of the vendors coming from the WHARF, we're getting a slow turnout and a slow response from them. So we will have to work along with them because at the end of the day, we are asking them to pay for their own stalls, to construct their own stalls.
Meanwhile, in a relentless effort to clean up Georgetown, the mayor opined that the council is not there to play games, as they conducted a series of cleanup exercises.
We did a tremendous job over there where we had cleaned the Russell Square with garbage and different kind of activities where we try to dig the drain them and so forth, make clearance so the water can able to get its way out.
The team also cleaned the vicinity of the Institute for the Blind on Hatfield Street. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Police are currently investigating the murder of a 48-year-old businessman in Sophia, Greater Georgetown. Godfrey Phillip was reportedly stabbed to death as he attempted to intervene in a domestic dispute Sunday night. According to police, Phillip was closing up his shop when he witnessed a man and his wife having a heated argument at around 11:45 p.m. It was then that Phillip tried to intervene. Did the man shift his rage to him and allegedly stabbed him in the abdomen with a knife. The businessman was rushed to the Georgetown Public Hospital in an unconscious state and was pronounced dead on arrival. The suspect fled the scene but was captured earlier today. Alcohol is considered the world's most abused drug and has had many negative effects on society as a whole throughout history. Guyana has not been spared from the scourge, with many alcohol-related deaths and injuries occurring annually. As such, the government is seeking to change the population's relationship with alcohol with the assistance of the Pan American and the World Health Organization. Wendell Jeffrey tells us more in this report.
Alcohol is an obstacle to achieving 13 of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. So says PAHO WHO. And with that underlying fact as the pivotal factor, the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization in collaboration with the Ministry of Public Health, have embarked on the preparatory works towards establishing an alcohol policy in Guyana. On Thursday and Friday last, a consultancy workshop was convened at the Georgetown Marriott, where stakeholders were gathered to offer their input on the policy formation. In her overview of the intent of the policy, Dr. Kavita Singh said that the policy will seek to target communities with risky alcohol behaviors.
We're actually targeting here, the Amerindians. We know they are disadvantaged, women, children, the LGBT community. Those are the ones who are usually either engaging in risky alcohol behaviors or at the receiving ends from persons who engage in risky alcohol behaviors.
Dr. Singh is the coordinator of the Department of the Non-Communicable Diseases with the Ministry of Public Health. Senior Superintendent and Traffic Chief Lyndon Isles shared some statistics with the workshop participants.
Causes of fatal accident from the 1st of January to the 1st of December last year. As you can see, speeding is the main contributing factor to fatal accidents. Speeding. We had 62 persons being killed. As it relates to driving on the influence of alcohol, 14 persons, and you can see the rest. We know many accidents were caused by persons under the influence of alcohol. The Guyana Police Force is in support with all the stakeholders looking at these new policies. We intend to up our enforcement exercises, our education exercises as it relates to this issue. Presently, the system is a little weak because there is no checks and balances in the system. Persons could appear before the court charged with driving under influence, and it is not recorded. But presently, we are looking at that, and soon we'll have that system corrected.
PAHO WHO has contracted a consultant for the initiative. Dr. Norman Giesbrith said that he brings years of experience to the area. He says also that research is beginning to look at the harms of alcohol to non-alcohol users.
I have worked for about 40 years on the alcohol area. My research, my dissertation was actually on people living on the street and addicted to alcohol. And I have worked for many years for the Center for Addiction Mental Health in Toronto, Canada, and I'm also associated with the University of Toronto, the Down School of Public Health. Also the harms to others in the drinker. This is a new, relatively new developing area. Now we've known for decades about drinking and driving. We've known for a long time about FASD and automotive violence, but there are also many other disruptions and tragedies and harms that are inflicted upon others who are not the drinkers. In many cases, they're innocent victims. And the last one is a very interesting one for me. So you can imagine that if you're looking after somebody who's dependent on alcohol, this can disrupt your life, this can disrupt your work, this can disrupt your family life. So there's also a harm in looking after people who are dependent on alcohol.
The representative from the Ministry of Education, Sylvia Court, said that the schools in Guyana are now faced with a growing challenge of alcohol and drug use.
I'm sure you would have seen a lot in the papers of drug use, and a lot of it has to do with not just alcohol, but they're experimenting with these drugs. So they use alcohol and they want to get an extra high. So they go further. They experiment with smoking cigarettes. Then they go further. They experiment with smoking marijuana. Then they go further. They start to mix marijuana and ecstasy, and then sometimes they just use the ecstasy on its own. And that's where the problem lies. And then when you go into the school system and you actually interface with the students, they will tell you, some of us have had an opportunity to experiment with cocaine as well. So we have a lot of work to do in terms of addressing drug use in our schools in this context.
The two-day consultancy workshop saw representatives from a cross-section of the society, including religious organizations, brewers and distillers, and the Guyana Revenue Authority. For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, recording artist wants to share Guyana with the world, and Georgetown resident turns 100. But first, here are today's foreign currency exchange rates. For the latest in news from Guyana, the region, and beyond, visit our website, headlinenewsguyana.com.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's for dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go. Welcome back. US-based Guyanese recording artist Dead Lee is encouraging his fellow artists to hone their skills to appeal to an international audience. Wendell Jeffrey sat down with the musician to hear more about his views on the industry.
So welcome to the set.
Thank you, sir.
Your stage name is Deadly. How you come up with that name?
Based on previous clashing in high school and winning against Jamaican opponents. And going to Danman studio back and forth and learning the ropes of being an artist in terms of style and flow. Yeah.
You have a unique position, a unique slant that you want to lend in marketing music in Guyana. Talk a little about that. What is your role? How do you see yourself?
I see myself as a pioneer, building Guyanese music the right way, that we lost it in the 90s, the early 90s, mid 80s, going into the early 90s. We kind of deviate from doing music how Guyanese used to do music back in the days. So there's a big gap, so I'm trying to implement a new style, adding the old style and Shanto music and mixing it up with Afro beats and dancehall, and just try to market that to the audience in Guyana. So I think our music industry needs development seriously on international level, and we don't really have that much viewership on the international level in terms of Guyanese supporting from the outside. If you can check the stats for yourself, you can see that Guyanese music having a difficulty of breaking through because of sound, quality content and proper promotion and marketing of the artist himself. I currently have a hit single that's doing very well in America. It's doing well on iHeart radio charts, Caribbean Girls, a lot of people know it. And I have another song named Haunted. It's a Guyanese song. Everybody know, you know the style, hey girl, like you're haunted or what? I turn that into a song and I make it relatable to everything that, not just Guyana, the Caribbean, people who can understand Guyanese dialect and still be associated with great music out there. My pitch basically is to encourage the Guyanese audience to be more encouraging to the artists, them to change the way that they're doing music right now, because it's condemning us out there on the overseas market because we have a bad reputation, we have a bad name. You know, I'm not saying the Guyanese artists are bad, I'm just saying most of the product that's leaving Guyana and they're calling it music is not representing us out there as Guyanese. My pitch to the artists is to change the way they write music, listen to the music them more overseas, stop pirating the overseas artists them, stop doing this one-man band style, which I don't have anything against. Stop doing this karaoke artist thing that I call it. I just call it karaoke artist because if someone comes out with a big song, another Guyanese artist will take it and then duplicate it, change the words. That is actually plagiarizing. That is completely against copyright laws. So I'm encouraging the artists them to make an effort, in the same effort that you take to copy someone else's songs. Write your own songs with your own personality, with our culture.
Do you see yourself as a pioneer in this area?
Yes.
Is it you alone?
Not just me alone, I see others as being pioneer. But until they change their work ethics, it would continue being the same. Haunted gal, whining gal, behaving bad, gal back up bumper bad. Hey, haunted, my gal, you're too haunted. Some big woman haunted. The drum and the bass have she moving away, see a bumper a shake, haunted. Some liquor girls haunted. Some big woman haunted. Give me the African tour, gal, work, gal, work, gal, work, gal, work, gal. Me love how you catch with the bumper. Walk and bounce with the bumper. Cartel said dumper chuck ya, bumper bullet, gal, work, you a work ya.
For Channel 2 Headline News, Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. In this report, Esther Sobers tells us that the family of a recently killed mechanic from Lusignan believes that his death may have involved foul play.
Family members of the mechanic that died during the suspected hit-and-run collision on Kurukuru Highway blames his friend for the young man's death. 21-year-old Brian Bazio, a mechanic from Lusignan, was killed at the scene last Saturday. Mourning family members and friends believe that it was an act of foul play. Bazio's aunt, Padmati Bazio, relates what transpired that fatal night.
When we go reach here, like about 2-3 hours, but how the man was there with the man said that how he been there, the car situation, he had there, and the thing come and last shot, and the man say stand up there, he photo the girl Bruce.
Whilst Bazio was fixing the car at the side of the road, a speeding vehicle allegedly hit him and his friend. The driver reportedly left the scene without rendering assistance. Bazio was taken to the Diamond Diagnostic Center, where he was pronounced dead on arrival, while his friend received minor injuries. However, Mrs. Bazio is questioning the circumstances of her nephew's death. According to her, Bazio was traveling with large sums of money which had gone missing. Also, his friends and other occupants of the car are allegedly telling different versions of what transpired that evening.
So you haven't spoken to the other friend that was injured as yet?
When we call him, he take off his phone, and somebody tell him that the family want to talk to, then he put on the phone. And the wife saying something else, and then he saying something else.
So you know if himself and a friend had any grievances that they would want to harm your nephew?
I don't know right what them boys say. 4 o'clock time, he had a lot of money in pocket. And he showed them set how we going up the highway the money. And when we go and see light up on the road, Only the policeman give me wallet with the night driver's license, only ID card.
Mrs. Bazio is hoping that justice will be served for her nephew. According to the police, an investigation is in process and surveillance footage of various sections on the highway will be reviewed. If you have any information on the accident, contact the nearest police station or call 911. For Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Wrapping up our local news segment for today is news of Guyana's most recent centenarian. Here is the story of Iris Brewster. Here's more.
100 years old. And of course, it is a great pleasure. The management of Dharamshala wishes you a very, very happy birthday. We hope you will see a lot more years too. And you must tell the others the secret of long life.
This is Iris Brewster. She is Guyana's latest centenarian. Today, the staff and residents of the Dharamshala in All Boys Town came together to celebrate her 100th birthday. But don't let the age fool you, she's still sharp as a tack and fiery as ever. Brewster, or Sister Iris as she is affectionately called, was raised in All Boys Town where she resided with her son and husband. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, Sister Iris became homeless and sought residence at the Dharamshala. Sister Iris recounts the fateful night 47 years ago where she sought an audience with the founder of the home, the late Harry Ramsaroop. She is the home's oldest resident and still occupies the same spot where she was allocated some 47 years ago. And of course, we had to ask Sister Iris, what's her secret to living a long life?
You want to know is what you do for live so long? Let me ask you what he do for live so long.
Channel 2 Headline News, George Gonzalez. I guess it'll remain a closely guarded secret. We here at Headline News would like for you all to join us in wishing Sister Iris a happy 100th birthday. Don't go away. Coming up after the break, Colombian president leads demonstration against rebel attack, and Metro DC schools seeking to employ furloughed government workers. But before that, here's this week's Bridge Attraction schedule.
Place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you have a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go. Welcome back. Now we take a look at news from the region. Colombia's President Iván Duque has led a demonstration in the capital of Bogota condemning Thursday's car bomb attack that killed 21 people. The government blames Colombia's last remaining rebel group, the ELN, for carrying out the attack. Al Jazeera's Alessandro Rampieri reports from Bogota.
Holding white flags for peace, thousands of Colombians honored the memory of the 20 police cadets killed in the deadliest attack in the country in 16 years.
We are here to support our heroes. They killed young kids and injured and mutilated dozens. We need to unite against terror. Terrorism is bad, wherever it is coming from.
Protesters demanded justice and an end to violence. They hugged and embraced the policemen who lined the streets. President Iván Duque, whose government blames the last remaining rebel group in the country, the ELN, for the car bomb attack, marched with the protesters, as did politicians from across the political spectrum, including former President Juan Manuel Santos, the man responsible for the historic peace deal with FARC rebels in 2016.
For me, it's a very good signal that the country is united around a very important cause, which is saying no to violence, say no to terrorism.
Yet there were clashes along the route, as some students demanded the government keep the option open for peace negotiations with the ELN. Following Thursday's car bomb attack, the Colombian president requested the Cuban government, which is hosting the talks, to capture and extradite 10 rebel commanders. Colombians are united in their message against violence, but they remain deeply divided and polarized when it comes on how to bring about a complete peace in the country. And again now, the President Iván Duque decided to shut the door on any possibility of continuing peace negotiations with the ELN rebels.
We can't let the government instill fear and promote the return of war and militarization. There's more to this story. 400 community leaders have been killed in the past year, and we never see government mobilizing for them. A negotiated peace is the only way out of this. We need the government to negotiate with the ELN.
Colombians fear the end of the peace talks could bring a new wave of attacks and a return to war in the regions where the ELN operates. But many feel this is a price they are prepared to pay in a response to an attack that has shocked a nation just beginning to let its guard down after decades of conflict. Alessandro Rampieri, Al Jazeera, Bogota.
And in international news, with no end in sight to the government shutdown in the United States, many furloughed federal employees have been forced to find new jobs. School districts in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. have held job fairs exclusively for federal workers who may need the income while the government remains shut down. With government workers scrambling for a paycheck, the schools want them to know that they have positions available. Al Jazeera's Gabriel Elanzono reports from Maryland.
Jamie Reinhardt seemingly has it all in life: a wife, 3 young daughters, a home and a car, and a PhD in oceanography. What's missing is his job, after he was sent home without pay from his post as a federal government marine research scientist. Jamie is a victim of the government shutdown, so he's now at this education job fair applying to be a substitute teacher.
I've interviewed with, I think she must have been either an administrator or a teacher. They've asked me some questions regarding, my experiences related to working with kids and how I would respond in certain teaching situations. And then obviously there's benefits to those of us who are furloughed and are looking to earn a little bit of money.
We're offering building service positions, clerical positions, support, transportation, bus drivers.
These are the faces of the victims of the government shutdown. An accountant applying to be a high school math teacher. A lawyer applying to be a school bus driver. People that unexpectedly find themselves out of a job for no fault of their own. Like Daryl Burton, an investigator at the Postal Service, now applying to be a school security officer.
I'm interested in a security position with Montgomery County Schools because my background over the last 10 years nearly has been in investigations.
This is the second day they've held this job fair. On the first day, there were more than 200 people that were here looking for work. Today, when the doors opened at 10 a.m., there were already 100 people waiting in line to get in. With no end in sight to the government shutdown, the number of people looking for work is high. Several school districts are holding similar job fairs for federal employees. Schools normally providing education for children may now also supply jobs for their parents.
Our goal is really to say that if there is a temporary gap that people have, we have opportunities.
As for Jamie Reinhardt, his interview is over. He waits for a callback. In the meantime, he's become a driver for a rideshare app to make some extra money to support his family. But he's hoping that the shutdown will end so he soon can drive back to work. Gabriel Elizondo, Al Jazeera, Rockville, Maryland.
Here's your 3-day weather forecast. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, headlinenewsguyana.com. You can also tune in 6:30 tomorrow morning for a rebroadcast and Tuesday evening at 7 for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out for your newscast, saying thank you, Wilkerson, to your home, and do have a blessed evening.